Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you have all had a great week. We are back, of course. Obviously, I was here last night, of course, if you're anyone tuned in. But yeah, we're back for the match preview ahead of our huge match this weekend, of course, against Coventry. As I say, 13 cup finals left. And, of course, it starts this weekend and, one of two home games on the bounce. It really is a crucial couple of games here for sure. But yeah, obviously, first of all, really appreciate everyone that's coming in here. Please make sure you like, subscribe, and get your comments in. Like I said, I love hearing from you all. You are the people that make the show what it is. You make me smile. You make us smile, and of course, it's nice to see such great comments. Obviously. So get involved. This is your show as well as ours. But obviously, before we get going, obviously I want to shout out Let's Talk Sports, fantastic community that helps YouTubers grow their platform. So please go and check them out on YouTube. We are actually live on their YouTube right now, as well as their Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook. So thank you for them for coming in, for allowing me this opportunity. Obviously, if you missed it, obviously yesterday I did go live for the EFL Championship prediction show. I hope you enjoyed that. Obviously, you haven't tuned in yet, you missed it, please go and watch it back if you haven't seen it, and drop a like on the video as well. That'd be good. But yeah, we have got a guest. Obviously, we're going to get into the show because I am waffling. I do apologize, but yeah, obviously. We are here to preview this match, and I'm really looking forward to this preview. And of course, as you can see, I am sporting the charity shirt, the Huddersfield Town charity shirt, with the lovely design of the sleeves. And it's really nice design. Of course, it does go to 4 fantastic local charities that, of course, will really benefit from this. So, I thought I'd go and treat myself the other day when it came out. So, yeah. But yeah, obviously we're gonna get our guest on now, of course. Tom will be joining us here now, so let's get him in then.
Hello. How are you?
Yeah, I'm not so bad. Obviously, we know the importance of this weekend coming up, so obviously, I'm all right. But I hope you're well, and thank you for coming on as always.
I'm just in pain with, as I was saying before we came on, we're bad back, very bad back after today.
Yeah. Oh dear. But yeah, let's get into the chat and let's see what people are saying. Hello there, Joseph. I hope you're doing well. I'm not doing so bad, thank you. I hope you're doing well, mate. And big up to you. And of course, we did have a few games on FIFA during the week, didn't we? Which was very fun. So obviously, great competitive games. So big up to you. And Tom is doing okay as well, I think. But yeah, obviously Jess is in as well. Hello there. I hope you're doing well, Jess. Thank you for coming back again. And George is in. Good evening to you. I hope you're doing well, mate. And thank you for coming back. Ramsey's in. Hello there, Ramsey. Neil Walnock's bam. Yeah, of course, always. And thank you for coming back as well. And Adabel's in. Hello, mate. Hope you're okay. Someone was on the other day. Plus, hate to admit it, but your team easy win tomorrow. We have 4 midfielders injured, which obviously I've done my research and obviously I've heard that. But yeah, I hope you're doing well as well. You don't need to apologise for not being on the other day. You can go and watch it back and you can contribute to the channel that way, and then that way it's all good, isn't it? So yeah, you're still on the channel. You can go back and watch it. But yeah, we'll get into the injuries and all obviously things in a minute. We wouldn't talk about No, we are here to do the previews, of course. They were all competitive matches that we played on FIFA, Joseph, and I really did very much enjoy it, of course. But yeah, let's get into let's try it right. Let's get into the preview. Right, sorry guys, let me just compose myself. Obviously, we did obviously lose to Coventry in January, obviously a 2-0 loss, but the easiest win they've had of the season, to be honest with you. So we'll be looking to get a bit of revenge in this fixture this weekend, obviously looking for an improved result and performance for sure. A bit about our opponents. Obviously, this is actually Coventry's 3rd season in this championship consecutively. So they were promoted via being champions of League One in the 1920 season. Obviously, Mark Robbins, a familiar name, of course. He's the appointed manager of Coventry in 2017 March. So he's been there quite a while, actually, hasn't he? Obviously, he was with them before as well. So he's obviously come back after a few years away from them as well. So obviously. Yeah, obviously Robbins. We know Robbins very well around these parts. Of course, I've obviously managed the club, in the 2014-15 season. Obviously Coventry sit. I think this. Sorry, guys. I'm just gonna do something. Sorry about it. So Coventry sit 10th at the moment with 49 points. And of course, it will be a really tough game, but obviously we need to be winning our home games. So we have to just focus on what we're in control of course. Obviously, ones to watch in this one. We'll do what we do as always, and I'll go through mine, and then obviously we'll get Tom's prediction, Tom's players as well. So there's only one player to start with, isn't there, really? And I'm going to try and say his name, and I always end up hiccuping this name, but Victor Gyökeres, obviously a striker who is the top scorer for this season. He's got 14 goals and 4 assists, and he's a very, very good player, actually. And of course, we're going to have to look out for him, and obviously we can't afford to give him too many opportunities because he will take them. He's obviously a really potent striker, and if we give him chances, he's not going to do a Troy Deeney and miss it from blaze it over from that angle if he gets another chance like like he did it against Birmingham, of course. So he's my number one. And obviously, I'm going to go on to Gustavo Hamer. Obviously, a really good midfielder for them as well. Obviously, he's a lively character. He's got a lot of pace and skill, and we're gonna have to be looking out for him for sure. My final player is obviously Cam Fadzian. Obviously the defender. Obviously he's a really good player, of course, and he has obviously won the armband on several occasions as well for Coventry too. Obviously with in the absence of Liam Kelly, obviously the attacking midfielder that is out injured at the moment. I actually forgot to ask you before we went on to these, and I do apologise for this. Obviously before we get into the ones to watch, how are you feeling ahead of tomorrow's game, Tom? I mean, how are you feel? Yeah, just sum up your emotions at the moment.
Very nervous. But after seeing their injury news, I'm still nervous because this is Huddersfield Town, isn't it? I am nervous, but I think Gyökeres and Matt Gordon are probably their main threats going forward.
Yeah.
The injuries they've got. I mean, if Gyökeres gets a second in space, he will score. He's that good. For me, next season, I think he's going to be in Premier League, whether that's at Coventry or somewhere else, because it is at least top 10. For me, I think he's been his best striker in Championship this season.
Yeah, there has been talk, hasn't there, of him actually moving on after this season. For me, I don't think Coventry will get promoted. So I think he definitely has got the quality for the Premier League. But yeah, obviously, So you mentioned a few names there. They've got a lot of injuries, like we said. Obviously, guys. Obviously, Liam Allen, an attacking midfielder, obviously is being ruled out. A familiar name to us Town fans as well is Casey Palmer, who obviously is being ruled out as well. We know how injury prone that guy is, and obviously he's got another injury. And then obviously they are missing the likes of Callum O'Hare, who obviously was ruled out for the season. I really like him, by the way. He's a very good player, but obviously he's been ruled out for the season with ACL injury. And Ben Sheaf is out with a calf injury, and Liam Kelly, of course, as I mentioned earlier, is sidelined with a hamstring issue. Yeah, they've got plenty of injuries, but we're going to have to still just focus on ourselves and get the win. But Adabel says Robin's been trying to. Yeah. He's been there a while, hasn't he? So fair play.
He was a good striker at Manchester United in his youth as well.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, I know. It's yeah. Obviously, I know. Obviously, I know it didn't work out for him at Town, but obviously, he's a good manager. He's proven that. Obviously, going away, it just wasn't a good fit at Town, to be honest with you. So,
well, I don't even think he got backed, did he? Really?
I know, but still, I don't really feel like he implemented himself well enough in that season to stay on. Either. So, I think it really worked. I just think it was just not a good fit, really, to be honest with you. But yeah, I know what you mean. But yeah. Gyökeres is amazing. We've got a big Swede on our side. Adabel says, yeah, he is. Yeah, he's very tall and he's very good as well, of course. So,
I don't think he has a weakness, does he? I don't.
No, he doesn't. No, and that's why he's been touted for the Premier League for sure. That's why Premier League teams are maybe sniffing around him now, for sure. Like I was telling Tom the other day, we'll be looking to keep. I think for me, it looks like he may leave in the summer. So, it's one of the.
At the end of this season, he's got 1 more year left on his contract.
Yeah. So it's So obviously, Coventry fans, maybe just just be grateful you've got him for now, of course, enjoy it while you've got him. But obviously, I don't want to be disrespectful to Coventry because obviously Coventry are looking to get the Premier League, and obviously they are trying to push for the Premier League, of course. But they've still got an outside chance of getting the playoffs. But I don't really think they're going to be able to get the playoffs. But I don't know. Casey Pound was actually a class player when I think nobody's doubted his ability. It's just he's so injury prone. That's what's really halted his career and really not made him being able to go to the top. Do you agree, Tom? I mean, he's got all the talent, hasn't he? He's just not able to keep fit. His injury problems have ruined his career so far.
He's strong on the ball. He can hold it up. He can pass. He can create. He certainly can score goals. It's just his fitness and his injuries. If he wasn't injury prone, he'd probably be played in the Premier League because he's good. The only thing I don't like is his long hair.
Oh, come on, leave him alone with that beautiful. It's one of those. But obviously, I've never doubted his ability. I loved him at Town, but he just couldn't keep fit, and that's why obviously he left. Obviously, we let him go. But it's a shame really, because like I say, it's a shame when players are really good, really talented, but they're just so injury prone. They just can't actually find any kind of consistency. But yeah, obviously, I'm glad he's actually out.
Jack Wilshere, for example, he had the talent, but injuries, isn't it?
Yeah, he did. So yeah, obviously, I'm glad Casey Palmer's out tomorrow. To be fair, so yeah. It ends in summer of 24. Adabel says, yeah. And yeah, Ramsey's noted Tino's in a similar situation as Palmer. I mean, we've seen glimpses of what Tino can do, but again, he's another player. They just can't keep fit. He's just injured all the time. So yeah, obviously, good point.
Tino.
I know. I mean, for me, I don't even know why he's still at the club, to be fair, because it doesn't look like we're going to see at all this season now. So send him back. Joseph, I'm still. Of course, you've got to you've got to have a bit of positivity, a bit of confidence. Of course, we are at home, like I say, and for me, we have to get that atmosphere up there again with the Birmingham game, because I said to you, Tom, didn't I? And I said to everybody last week that that was the best atmosphere I've heard at the John Smiths since last season. We need to keep that going and back the players, back the manager, of course, and get behind fully. And hopefully I think it's going to be another big crowd tomorrow. So we need to do our bit in the stands. But yeah, obviously injury news for us. Matt Lowton will be back. Obviously he was. I don't know what the word. He couldn't play against Burnley because obviously Burnley didn't want him to play against his former club, against his club that he's on loan from. But so obviously Matt Lowton's back, which is a big boost for us, definitely. Pearson doesn't look like he's going to be risked in this one, obviously. he's a bit more agile to the other players, maybe. So we do need to be careful with him. So I think maybe he might be in for Tuesday instead. And obviously, there's just a few doubts about Healy and Ward, but I do expect them to come back in, of course. Yeah, obviously, yeah, I think they will be coming back in. And obviously, Dwayne Holmes is meant to be back in the next few weeks. But for me, we need to focus on the players we have now. So yeah, obviously, Holmes, just wait and see what happens with him. But so yeah, obviously the team. Let's get into the team. So chat, get involved. Put your team selections in the chat. Your starting 11s. I love to hear your starting 11s as well, because obviously I do read a few of yours. So like I said, Ramsey, obviously George. Get involved. Joseph, let me know your team selections. And yeah, obviously, whilst we do that, I'll obviously go through my teams first, and then obviously we'll go on to your one. So obviously, I definitely want to see the 3-5-2 tomorrow. So in goal, obviously, Bill Kapic definitely starts for me. The three at the back, obviously, Lees, Healy, Lowton. And obviously the 5 in midfield, Kasumu, Redone, Hogg, Kamara, Headley. And up front, I've gone Humbo and Danny Ward for me. Obviously, that as you were aware, obviously that's pretty much the same line to what we started at Birmingham. Obviously, the home game. I don't see why we should change it, because obviously it worked so well at home, last time. So, we have to actually stick to what we're best at. So, yeah, obviously that's my lineup. I mean, Tom, talk us through your lineup and your formations, of course, too.
Same formation, a few different players.
Yeah.
I've gone Bill Kapic, sorry. I've gone Lees, Helik, Lowton, Kasumu, Headley, Hogg, Diarra, Redone. And up front, I've gone Humbo and Tyree Simpson.
Oh, so you've gone Tyree Simpson at the start. Fair enough. I mean, for me,
I'm just thinking of physicality against the Coventry defence.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I think Tyree Simpson's obviously did well, obviously, against Birmingham, obviously coming on. I feel like he should be utilised from the bench. But yeah, I mean, obviously, if no one wants to start him, then fair enough. But yeah, fair enough. But yeah, obviously, the good lineup there. And George has filmed his preview. Oh, you've just filmed it. Sorry, so it'll be out soon. Yeah, fair enough. Well, I'll check that out for sure. Definitely, George, when it is out, of course, and drop a comment and that. So yeah, first lineup, Ramsey's coming with his lineup. So 3-5-2, Villa, Katic, Lees, Healy. Also, you think Pearson will be back? Fair enough. Lowton, Kamara, Hogg, Redone, Headley, Humbo, Ward. So yeah, the only change you've made is bringing Pearson. And of course, I don't think that Pearson will be risked tomorrow. I think it will be more Tuesday. But if Pearson is back, then of course I would put him in the starting lineup. But for me, Lowton seemed to have done well in the game against Birmingham in that position where he was, obviously the 3 centre backs. So for me, I wouldn't be disappointed to see this lineup. I don't really like Lowton in the wing back position, to be honest. I just prefer him to be in the 3 because he seems to have done better. But yeah, anyway, fair enough. And obviously you've gone for the exact same lineup apart from Pearson coming in. So yeah, it's a good lineup there. I mean, do you think this lineup is possible? I mean, I don't think, because Pearson is a bit more agile than maybe the likes of Healy and Ward. I think you can't really afford to risk him, really, to be honest with you. But yeah, it doesn't look like the Pearson is going to be fit, but we're just going to have to see. But obviously, I do like like I say, I've gone with the same lineup apart from that. And 3-5-2 definitely works better than anyone else. But yeah, and then obviously, if you've gone for a 3-4-1, I mean, come on, we can't be changing formations. We're best at 3-5-2. I'm sorry, but obviously it's your opinion, so we'll read through this lineup. Bill Kapic, Lees, Healy, Lowton, Kasumu, Hogg, Kamara, Jackson's coming for you. Redone, Rhodes, and Humbo. I mean, Tom, what do you make of this lineup? Because for me, I don't particularly like the 3-4-1-2 because I just don't think it suits us best. But I mean, what do you think?
I mean, I'm not surprised he's put Jackson in.
Yeah,
Which I wouldn't be too bothered if Jackson plays over Headley, but I think Headley will start. But that formation, it'd leave us opened up massively at the back.
yeah. I mean, for me, we just have to do what's worked in the past. And I know I keep going back to this Birmingham game, but the 3-5-2 and obviously the personnel that was in that game, the people in it obviously worked really, really well. So yeah, I don't see why we should change it, to be honest with you. Adibel's gone for the lineup for Coventry. Obviously, yeah, you really do need to do the. You haven't done a full 11. Oh no, hang on. No, no, sorry. No, but obviously you need to do it in order because obviously Hamer's in goal, isn't he? So he needs to be set up in the goal. Otherwise, I don't know what's happening. But obviously you've gone for Rose, Fads, McNally, Bidwell, and Dargo if he's back. Obviously Hamer, Ekex, and Norton Cuffey. yeah, you've got a lot of injury issues there. Gyökeres and Gordon. Yeah, Gordon's a good player. Yeah, I mean Gordon really complements him very well. But yeah, obviously thank you for that, Adibel, for sure. It's just a 3-5-2 with Radoni a bit higher up. I mean, yeah, obviously I get what you're saying, but obviously with the 3-5-2, it gives license for Radoni to actually go to be higher up anyway. When we're attacking. So I don't necessarily feel like we should be doing a 3-4-1-2, but yeah, it's one of those. But yeah, like I say, if you are watching this video and you haven't liked the video, please just drop it a like. It's free. And also subscribe if you are new as well. Like I said, we're on the road to 300. We're at 266. Can we make it to 300 in the next few weeks, guys? I really appreciate if you could hit the subscription button and also get involved in the chat as well, if you are watching live here tonight. But yeah, so obviously is that time where we do our score predictions for this one, and goal scorers. For me, I think that we will win this game. I think we will win this game. I'm gonna go for a 2-1 to us actually, and I'm gonna go for Humbo to get another goal actually, and I feel like if Danny Ward is fit and available and obviously starts, I feel like Ward may potentially get on the score sheet because he did have some moments in the Birmingham game, of course, when he did look like he, could potentially score. So I feel like he's got a few more games under his belt. I feel like he will be, time to score. So, yeah, obviously that, and obviously Gyökeres will score for Coventry for me. I think obviously. But yeah, I mean, Tom, what kind of result are you thinking for this one? Because it's going to be a close game, of course, but I just feel like the home advantage in the atmosphere on our side, of course, we do have a bit of an advantage, definitely, even if Coventry are 10th in the league.
Yeah, we do have the advantage of a crowd, but I'm going 2-2.
Yeah,
I'm going Gyökeres and Gordon to score for them, and for us, I'm going Humbo and Danny Ward.
Yeah, I mean, for me, we actually do need to be winning this game, so I hope you're wrong. So,
First time you said that, isn't it? I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah, I really hope you're wrong because, we need to be winning games. Especially we can't keep, if we drop points, then it's giving other teams. Obviously, what is it? Cardiff at the lunchtime game anyway. So obviously, obviously if they win, then we need to win our game if they win. So yeah, obviously I hope they don't win. I hope they lose. And I did predict them to lose in my predictions last night. If anybody was there, but yeah, we'll just have to see.
Who's Cardiff got?
Bristol.
Sheffield. No, Bristol, yeah.
Bristol
Yeah.
City. So it's the lunchtime game though. So yeah. I've gone for a 5-3-2. Not easy. Yeah, he is, and obviously it hampers you a lot, doesn't it, if you haven't got many midfielders. And that's why I've gone for a town win, because I feel like even though if they're struggling in the midfield, we can certainly win that battle. They're struggling for midfielders, in my
And
opinion.
also, Jimmy Allen, who's out for them, is their main man in their midfield as well.
Yeah. So that's why even though I would probably have backed us anyway, regardless, because obviously we are at home, we need to make the home advantage count, and obviously make the Johnsons a fortress. But he's kind of fitted into that, obviously, with the injuries for Coventry too. Joe's gone for 3-1 Town, Rhodes, Diarra, and Redone and Gyökeres for Coventry. Yeah, nice, but I certainly like that score. I'm for sure getting 3 goals, and so hopefully you're right. Or maybe it will be. Maybe I will be right. But as long as we win, I don't really care what scoreline it is. To be fair, we just need to win this game. Thanks for that. Like I say, everybody get your score predictions as well. Like I say, I want to hear your score predictions. But I think Coventry can see it being a scrap. Yeah, obviously you're a Coventry fan. Yeah, you want the Coventry to win, but obviously, yeah, I mean, for me, I don't think it's going to be scrappy. It's going to be a good game, and obviously we're going to try our best to get the 3 points. But hello to Aidan. Hello there, mate. I'm all right, thank you. And you don't need to apologise for being late. I do appreciate you coming on at least for the duration of the live. That probably going to be. Don't know how long we're going to go for, but it'll probably be just before the hour mark. But welcome on in. Obviously, I have told people the lineup. So let me know your lineup. Let me know your score predictions, Aidan, in the chat, and we'll go through those as well. So let me know. But yeah, thank you for coming in as always. George gone for a 2-0 Town win tomorrow. A clean sheet. That would be nice to get a clean sheet for sure. And Redone and Joe Humbo to score. Yeah, nice. Now I'd love to see Redone score, because at least it'll shut up all the doubters that keep saying he's rubbish and he's not doing enough and all this rubbish that fans are coming out with at the moment, which is really infuriating me.
You know what I'd like to see? These fans that say he's rubbish, I'd like to see them get on a football pitch and try to do that. What he's doing.
All these fans that do that, they just do it over social media. They don't actually say it.
Keyboard warriors, aren't they? That's what they are.
So for me, if you look at the bigger picture, Redoni's coming, and actually in a struggling side, he's still been one of the bright sparks for us in games. Okay, I'm not saying he's been amazing. He hasn't been amazing. He hasn't had the end product maybe that we want, and maybe he has done a few mistakes, but he's a young player and he's got huge potential, and I just feel like people just need to back off Redone because he's a very good player actually, and I feel like he will only get better. But yeah, I just hope if he scores, that'll do his confidence a lot of good as well. So yeah, it just really annoys me because obviously I do like Redone. He's one of my favourite players, and I hate when fans just use players as a scapegoat just to say he's not good. I mean, if you're focused on who's been good enough and who hasn't been good enough, the majority of the squad hasn't been good enough this season. Never mind focusing on one player in Redone because he's only one part of an 11 team, of course. So for me, you don't need to be focusing on just one player. So yeah. Anyway,
I can name at least 8 players that have performed awful this year.
We've had a poor season. There's been more than Redone that hasn't done enough. Exactly. And why do people focus on just one or two players? It just annoyed. But anyway, rant over. Redone being one of our best players this season is my favourite. Yeah, Joseph agrees with me, of course. Yeah, I mean he has, hasn't he? He's looked lively. He's trying to make it happen.
And also, he's been playing out of position on the wing and in the defensive midfield role a few times.
I mean, I'm going to put this question to you, Tom. Actually, you just made me think. I mean, let's not forget Redone's been utilised in numerous positions, like you say. I mean, for me, he needs to be in a settled position. Don't you agree? Because it's not really going to do him any favours if he's just been all over the place because he's not able to find that consistency in that particular role. I mean, what do you think about that?
He needs to stick to one. Well, he needs to stick to one position, not just keep changing. But I think he's a box-to-box midfielder more than out.
Yeah,
I like him when he gets forward. He certainly can cross a ball in. He's better at crossing than the ball than Sorba Thomas, I think.
Well, yeah, absolutely, and So yeah, for me, I agree. Obviously, Redone does need to have a settled position, and he will be a very good player in the field, and he's been very good since he came in. So yeah, I don't like the criticism of Radoni at all. But yeah, Rams as a player can only be called rubbish if they aren't putting the work in. You can see Radoni putting the work in. I mean, you can, yeah, good point, isn't it there, Tom? Because he is putting in the work, of course, even if it isn't coming off every time. And he's going to make mistakes. They're human, these players, of course.
Well, he's just come from a relegation. What was it, League 2 or League 1? He came from relegation battle team.
Yeah, with League 1, Wimbledon League 1.
He just come from there, and the levels above are completely different. He's working extremely hard. He's showing passion on that pitch. Few games this season, I can mention a few games. He's been bollocking some players that's not been doing good. He's got passion. He's fighting for the shirt. He's still got a lot to learn. We know that, but he's not been awful. I think he's been one of the standouts for us this season, I think.
Yeah, and he's still young. Like, go back, he's still fairly young. So let's, obviously, yeah. So I agree with you, Ramsey. I absolutely agree with this comment. So big up to you. And George says, I'd love Danny Ward to get. I mean, I do, and I think he will get some goals, from now on, because obviously Warnock's worked with Danny Ward. So I feel like the connection, Warnock will be able to get the best out of Danny Ward because they've got that relationship already from previous clubs. So yeah, I do think he will get a few goals too. Actually, I agree with you, George. Nice one. I'll check that out. The preview's going. I'll check that out later on. So yeah, obviously So big up to you, and I'll check it out. Ram says these keyboard warriors don't watch the games though. They only focus on stats like. Yeah, they do. I agree. Only good like goals. Yeah, I mean they do, don't they? And yeah, they've got no right to be commenting really if they don't actually watch the games anyway. But yeah. It's not all about, obviously, if you look at how we've played this season, we've not been able to, obviously get players on the score sheet because of how we've played. So I'm not making excuses, but he has had some really good moments in the side, and obviously, so stats is all good, but you've got to look at the bigger picture as well. And I think Radoni's been one of our best players for sure. And Aiden's come with a line, a very bold line at this actually. And obviously I do like reading out your comments. So he's gone for a 3-5-2. He's actually starting Smith at goal. Wow. Lees, Healy, Lowton, Headley, Kamara, Kasumu, Radoni, Diarra, Humbo, and Ward. Wow. I mean, Smith, I don't think so. I mean, to be fair, we haven't seen him, but I don't think. I mean, Bila Kapic was terrible at Burnley, but so was everybody. Obviously, so was everybody else. I mean, I'm not saying he was at fault for the goal, but I mean his distribution. Every time he kicked the ball out, it was to nobody. So, yeah, obviously, I'm talking about the distribution was even worse than what it has been in previous weeks. But I don't think that Smith will. I think Smith has been he's going to be a backup for sure. But yeah, if he starts, I'll be very surprised. But yeah, obviously, I do like the lineup. Obviously, that you've gone with. Obviously, you've brought Diarra in. Nice idea, of course. Diarra's looked good when he's coming, of course. I mean, Tom, what do you make of this lineup? By the way, do you think Smith potentially may come in, or do you think it'll be a surprise to you if he does?
I'd be surprised if Smith's in the team. I wouldn't be surprised if he's on the bench, but I don't think it's that. And Aidan, I'm not criticising you, but when you said you don't like his goal kicks, he's still learning. He's only just come up from the B team role. He's still learning. Every goalkeeper is not good at goal kicks. David De Gea is one of them. Edison, Allison, Ramsdale.
Yeah.
So I like the lineup, but I don't think Smith will start. Plus, I don't like his beard. His beard's too long.
And plus he's from Forest, so why actually sound place? But yeah, anyway. But yeah, obviously your point about Bila Kapic, obviously kicks, you don't like them. I mean, I understand obviously his kicks are a bit at times, and of course, if you got, I don't think we're expecting him to get every kick right, but when it's every kick, I think it has to come into question. And of course, okay, he was a lot better against Birmingham with his kicks, and obviously he played really well in that game. But I mean, to be fair, obviously Burnley was one of those games, but yeah. So I know what you're saying, but I think he's still learning. But of course, we still do need to be having the better distribution more often than not, though. That's for sure. Even if he is still learning, so hopefully, if he starts, he'll be a lot better tomorrow. But yeah, obviously nice lineup. And yeah, so yeah, Aiden, if you get your score prediction in as well, that'd be great as well. I'd also say every Coventry and Alan hated on him. Yeah, he's injured, but he's been great. Yeah, there's always one scapegoat in every team, and to be honest, it really does infuriate me. And yeah, so obviously, yeah. And good evening to you, Paul. I hope you're doing well. Coventry have sold out their away, haven't they? Yeah, fair enough. I mean, yeah, fair play to them, and of course, it will be a good atmosphere. And hopefully, they haven't got much to shout about anyway. So yeah. Let's keep them quiet in that away end. But yeah, obviously fair enough. I mean, Paul, what would you line up? What would your lineups be, by the way, Paul? And let me know your score predictions as well. But yeah, so yeah, obviously, yeah, it'll be an interesting game. Obviously tomorrow. I mean, I think it'll be a get. Well, I expect to see more of what we saw in our last home game in terms of us trying to go forward and obviously creating chances and things. In this one, and obviously Coventry will have their moments, but it's just about maybe limiting them to as little as possible. But I mean, what kind of game do you see tomorrow in terms? How do you think the game will look? I mean, okay, it's quite hard obviously to answer that, but I mean, do you expect it to be, maybe an end-to-end kind of game, open kind of game? I mean, what do you think this game is going to how this game is going to pan out?
I think it's going to be change possession from both. I think one we'll have all the possession for a bit, then it'll switch.
Yeah.
Then I think it'll be one in the midfield. Whatever midfield Coventry play that is. And the thing is, we might not play three at the back. One that might surprise us and go 4. But I do think it will be one in the midfield. Whoever scores first, I think wins this.
Yeah, right. Fair enough. Yeah, good point. I mean, to be fair though, obviously we have gone behind before obviously the Birmingham game, and we managed to come back. But yeah, you think that the first scorer will win the game? Interesting. But yeah, obviously 14 people in the video at the moment. Obviously, big up to you all. If you haven't already, like I say, please like the video. It does help with the algorithm, and subscribe if you haven't already. If you are new, please subscribe and comment as well if you want as well. But yeah, Aiden says, just saying who went home ill yesterday, because Warnock said someone got sent home, but he didn't say who. So I'm kind of worrying who. I mean, yeah, he did, didn't he, yesterday? I mean, he didn't want to be drawn in who it was. And I don't know, it could be anyone, couldn't it? But
I think you know who it is because the training video got put out today. And
you're
so I kind of scouted. There were no Pearson on there, and there was no. I couldn't see. Oh, what's his name now? He's proper slow. I didn't see Jordan Rhodes either. So
yeah, but Jordan Rhodes ill the other week, wasn't he? So I don't know if he's going to be ill again so soon after. But yeah,
Ruffles, sorry, no, Josh Ruffles. I didn't see him on there.
Josh Ruffles, right? Yeah. Fair enough. So
yeah, I was kind of spying to see who.
Yeah, I can see that. Very observational there. But yeah, well, it could be anyone, but hopefully, obviously, they've been able to train and today, and obviously they'll be all right. But yeah, I mean, it could be anyone, but hopefully it's not someone that's potentially going to be down, at the weekend. But yeah, we just have to see. Joseph, I want to see Hudlin on the bench tomorrow. I mean, Tom, would you like to see Hudlin on the bench? Because we have seen it, we had said it, haven't we, in terms of we do want somebody different on the bench. And obviously, Hudlin does provide that aerial threat and obviously that target man that you can offer. But I mean, do you see it happening, and would you like to see it happen as well? I mean, yeah.
Well, he's tall, that's for sure. 6'9", giraffe. But yeah, I would like to see it. Will it? I don't think so yet. Maybe in the next few games or next season, maybe. But I think we should try have him on bench as a different option off the bench. Even if we're winning and we try to get a lead, bring him on to defend. He's got that heightness to hit the ball away, hasn't he? Even though I've never known any footballers that are 6'9".
Is he the tallest footballer there is, by the way? Is he actually the tallest footballer there is?
He's got to be.
Yeah,
I
it should
mean,
be.
the tall guy, he's actually got good footwork as well.
Yeah, yeah. So he probably is the tallest footballer there is in the football pyramid. But yeah, I don't know if anybody else knows that. I can confirm that to us, but I think he is. He must be. But yeah, obviously, yeah. So Aiden, if you're still in, obviously, let me know your prediction. But we will go back to that instead. But obviously, we do have to mention obviously this. Obviously, you know, the Player of the Month award was announced. Obviously, Joseph Humbo got the player of the month. Obviously, I feel like he was a well-deserved winner, definitely in February. Obviously, you know, Bill Kapic and Jack Redoni picked up some of the votes as well. But obviously, Humbo was voted the player of the month. Obviously, February saw his score his first goal for the club, and he really has looked alive since he's come in for me. And you know, he looks a real talent, and you know, I mean, Tom, what do you think he deserved this? And also, what is your observation of how he's been since he's come in as well?
I think he's been brilliant. I think he's probably the best signing that we've had in Jan this year. I think
Yeah,
he's the knockout. Still can't really judge on him just yet because he's not really started much. But yeah, I think he's quality. You know, especially that game against Birmingham. When that team news came out, we expected it to be on the wing, didn't we?
yeah,
But he started
yeah,
up front. And is it? Do you know what? Quality. The runs, his skill, his pace, never stops running. Every time he gets the ball, it gets the fans off the seat, gets the stadium bouncing. And when he gets the ball, you know what he's going to do because he could tomorrow. He's going to cause their defense problems. Very. But yeah, 100% deserved.
yeah, absolutely, mate. I'm going to echo those thoughts, and of course, you know, defenders are probably scared of him a bit. Obviously, he's such a technical, very skillful, pacey player. People just can't catch him, you know, once he goes on a run, of course. And yeah, I do expect to see him, you know, causing all sorts of problems tomorrow, definitely. And yeah, I've been a big fan of his. And to be honest with you, I know that it's still early days, but I feel like Humbo, I would like to see sign. Obviously, it depends if we stay up, then I'd definitely sign him, and I'd sell Sorbaton, and then obviously I would keep Humbo because I feel like he's the better option to keep. I mean, what do you think of that? I mean, do you think that if we do stay up, you'd like to see him sign and also just get rid of Sorba Thomas because he's clearly not wanting to come back to the club at all, is it? Because he's been carried on Instagram again, as always.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I would like Humbo back if we stay up. A
yeah,
swap deal for Barber. You could get it. You could get the fee in middle rather than the full fee. But yeah, Sorba is another one. He's on Instagram all the time. He's never off it. It's like I saw. I think one result we lost. He put a comment on the team that we lost against as well. I can't remember what team it was.
Well,
Um,
you know, when we lost to Burnley, he liked to play his post from Burnley. He liked to play his post about obviously, good 3 points or something about obviously against it. So he's just an absolute complete idiot, and he's let the fame go to his head. And like I say, I don't want to see him back in the town, and I don't want to see him back in the township.
yeah,
He's just
it's another Jet Paul with social media as Sorba Thomas.
Yeah, I mean, if he spend half as much as time actually on the training field, he might actually produce a bit more on the pitch as well. By the way, instead of being on social media all the time. But yeah, Anyway, moving on. So yeah, I just wanted to get your thoughts on that. But yeah, obviously, he's probably not watching, but congratulations to Joseph Humbo. We love you. You're amazing. Keep it up, and keep going because you've been great. So, yeah. But yeah, anyway. We're finally on Sky Sports. I mean, yeah, obviously we are, aren't we? Ramsey says being on Sky is a good thing when they put you on at 12:30. I mean, it is against Blackburn, isn't it? So it's not too far, but I know what you mean. Doug's in. Hello there, Doug. I hope you're doing well, mate. Big up to you. And of course, I did enjoy coming on your channel the other day. So yeah, thank you for coming in. I hope you're doing well, mate. You like the top? I mean, a lot of people have said that. I mean, I do. I love the top, and of course, I did treat myself the other day. Obviously, the charity shirt, of course, that was announced the other day. All the proceeds going to 4 local charities, of course. the Yorkshire Ambulance, Rudy's Retreat, Andy's Man Club, and
Brilliant.
and who else? Sorry, the fourth charity. Who was the fourth charity? I've forgotten. Rudy's Retreat, Andy's Man Club, Yorkshire Ambulance, and there's one more. I don't know if anybody knows. Do you know?
No, but I know the three that you've said. Andy Man's Club, which I go to, is brilliant charity. Yorkshire Ambulance, and the other one that you said.
They're all going to help them charity. Of course, they're all going to help, to raise funds for those organisations. The Town Foundation, thank you, Joseph. Yeah, the Town Foundation as well. So yeah, thank you for that. So yeah, let me just, because I just saw something that I want to mention as well. Yeah, we're going to bring that up, but anyway, but yeah, thanks mate for that as well. Yeah, obviously I love the top. But if I should enjoy Saba while his attitude is right. I mean, to be fair, I haven't really watched him on the field for Blackburn, really, to be honest with you. So
Yeah, I don't think he's been that good for them. I really don't.
No, he's not hitting the ground when it's holiday. Josie, yeah, you say that, but I think it was Roberts. And I think they are good mates from. I mean, regardless, Joseph, you shouldn't be liking posts that are, you're meant to be. Even though you're on loan at another club, you're still meant to be respectful for that club, and you're not being respectful for me if you're liking other posts. When he's bigging up his teams winning. Obviously, Burnley won. Obviously, they're bigging up. I don't care if the teammates, to be honest, for Wales. You've got to respect the opponent you're from. And actually, we gave him an opportunity to be at the higher level, so he should be grateful. But he hasn't. He's not grateful at all for what we've done. So I just think it's disgraceful. And yeah, obviously, Town Foundation. Yeah, thank you for that, Joseph. So yeah, obviously, Humbo. I've just got a stat some stats here that I want to posted. So in his time, done 14 dribbles, obviously made 6 appearances. He's drawn 10 fouls. He's won 10 fouls, 12 recoveries. So he's very good with his work rate. He's always running. Duels won 18. So he's very good with the battles, of course, when he's up against people. And final third passes, obviously 17. You can see the impact made in that attacking fixture. And of course, under Warnock, he will be even more threatening because of how we play. So yeah, I mean, them stats are really good at it. So I mean, he just backs up what we've said into it about how well he's done so far.
Yeah, exactly. His quality, his strength as well. As a small guy, he's really strong. I think Will was on attack against Birmingham, their fullback. It was a lot taller than Hungbo. He out-muscled him off the ball, did Hungbo.
Yeah. I mean,
he's so good. I mean, his deliveries are quite good as well.
Yeah, they are. He's got a lot about his game that I really like, and we've all liked. And he excites me. He gets people off the seats. He's exciting to watch, and that's what you want. So, yeah, keep it up. Definitely keep it up, and I'm sure he'll keep it up as well. So, you can tell he's got the desire and passion to keep going for sure. But yeah. So yeah, obviously that is kind of it. I mean, Tom, I don't know if you've got anything that you want to bring up additionally, of course, but obviously we know how huge this game is this weekend, and we do really need to be winning it, like I said earlier, and especially if other teams pick up points. But yeah, I feel a bit nervous, to be fair, as well. I feel like, I don't know. I mean, it's only going to get worse as well, because obviously as time goes on, it's just going to get more tense. But yeah, I mean, anything else you want to mention before we end it? And of course, the final comments coming up as well, guys. So yeah.
Just want to say to the Coventry fans travelling to Huddersfield, have a safe journey. And just come on town, let's get a win. Good luck, Bella. No hard feelings if we beat you.
Yeah, absolutely. And Orest is in. Big up to you, Orest. I hope you're doing well, mate. Thank you for coming by here. And yeah, obviously I'll be tuning into your show later on. So yeah, Orest, from your predictions yesterday, you said that Town would win 2-1, didn't you? I believe. I think I remember from you were on the prediction show yesterday. So yeah, big up to you, mate. Aiden's gone for a 1-0 Huddersfield, and I've got a funny feeling that Hogg gonna score. Nice, Aiden. I mean, if Hogg scores, that'll be really. I mean, we don't expect him to score. he doesn't score many, but it'll be a nice moment if he actually does score. Actually, tomorrow, of course. Yeah. So yeah, 1-0, another clean sheet. Another person's gone for a clean sheet. So interesting. But yeah, hopefully you're right. I mean, like I said, I take any as long as we win. I don't care what score it is. Yeah, and obviously, yeah, smash the likes. Horace says, as always, he comes in and says, smash the likes, share, and subscribe if you are new to this channel. Like I said, I really do. Obviously, plenty more content to come from me in the future. Obviously, I'm trying to kind of mix up the variety of content that I provide on this channel, obviously. And obviously, I want to keep adding some new ideas. So, if anybody does have any ideas for future contents, like I say, let me know. Message me on my DMs.
I've actually got a few ideas.
Yeah, so if you message me those ideas, Tom, and obviously we'll see what happens. But yeah, I just want to provide. I don't want it to be too repetitive. Obviously, I know people like the previews and reviews, but I want obviously that's why I've introduced the prediction show as well, which obviously is a nice addition to the channel. But fan cams, obviously, I want to keep doing those. Obviously, try and be a bit more consistent with those. But of course, it is not always possible with those. But I do want to try and be consistent with that as well. But yeah, any ideas, like I said, let me know, and message me, and obviously we'll obviously see if we can make it happen. Yeah, let's get to 20 likes before we wrap up, people. Can we get to 20 likes before we wrap? That would be really good. That would be really good. But yeah, big up to you, Horace. Horace, your support is incredible. I really appreciate you. And Neil Wallach's Birmingham, come on, yeah. I mean, I think I've turned Horace into a Huddersfield Town fan as well as a Man United fan, which is good. so yeah.
Well, if it was from last season, the Man United last season to Huddersfield last season, then he would have probably supported Huddersfield. Because Man United was shocking last season. Shocking.
Hey, you've got to support your team no matter what, of course, but I know what you're saying.
Exactly.
But yeah, I think I've converted Horace into a bit of a terrier, which is good to see. But yeah, big up to Horace. And Neil Wallach's Birmingham, absolutely, Joseph, absolutely. Let's back him. And of course, I loved listening to his press conference yesterday. I think, again, just so lovely to hear him speak. Yeah. It was a bit short.
About the baby sham and champagne.
Yeah. He always has a story to tell, doesn't he? But I think it was a bit shorter this week than what it was. So I was a bit gutted, actually, because I do like to hear him speak a bit longer. But yeah, it's what it is.
But Hogg took a bottle of champagne just because he didn't.
Oh my God. I mean, he just brings a smile to our face, doesn't he? And of course, he's just amazing, isn't he? It was, and I think it was also nice to hear obviously Headley speak in the press. Too. I mean, what did you make of his comments? Because he came across very mature and very grown up, and obviously, he was just really honest, wasn't he, in his press.
You'd say he's still young and he's never really spoken at press before. I don't even think in his loans he spoke at press. But yeah, he's a very down to earth, I've rated him for a number of years, seen him in academy games and B team. I've rated him. I followed his loan spells quite a lot as well. His quality is a breath of fresh air, I think. I wasn't expecting him to start though against Birmingham. When that team news came out, I looked, I went, Headley? Right, I'm not going to judge until the game, and then his goal though, quality.
And yeah, of course it was, absolutely. And I just think that if you look at the fact is that he's very mature. He said that he has to respect one's ability. He respects everybody. And yeah, I just really like the way he came across. And he also reiterated that obviously he wants to keep working hard and stay consistent for the team as well. All nice things to hear, especially from a young. And yeah, I thought he was spot really well too. So, yeah. But yeah, that's kind of the end of the show, people. Joseph said he took his goal very well. I didn't know if he could have scored from that. I mean, yeah, it was a very good goal, wasn't it, that he scored? But I just think I'm glad he's got this opportunity, and obviously he's he'll learn so much under Neil Warnock, especially as well. Well, they all will, but I just mean these youngsters will really learn a lot under him for sure. But so yeah, obviously he'll keep helping him and obviously making him more confident. And yeah,
Just one more point from
yeah.
last week's game. I thought Brahima Diarra, when he came on, was actually a bright spark. I did.
I mean, we've seen it, haven't we, time and time again. I mean, he's always come on and really been that bright spark, of course. And yeah, I reiterate those comments, definitely. I think he was. And, you know, in the game he's come on as well, it always seems to be when we're up against it as well. So it'd be nice to see him come on when it's actually in the balance of the game or if we're leading or whatever. But yeah, he seems to always come on when we're losing. And of course, yeah, it's not really ideal. But yeah, great player. And we're going to have to look after him and hopefully see him emerge.
I want him to score as well because he's getting in scoring positions and he just can't score.
Yeah, absolutely. It'd be nice to see him get a goal. But yeah, just have to see. But yeah, really, yeah. Hull versus West Brom tonight. Do we want West Brom to win? Not really bothered, to be honest with you. Obviously, Hull 42 points, so not really somebody that's on our radar, to be honest. Let's be honest. So I'm not really bothered. I don't think it matters to us, does it really tonight? But obviously, maybe I want West Brom to win. Obviously, Carl's carbon connection and whatever. But yeah, I don't think it matters. But yeah, obviously, we've just approached, obviously, just before the hour mark, which is nice to end this stream, of course. I do apologise for obviously being a bit. I like to have the live run smooth. I don't know why I'm apologising, but anyway.
It's completely fine.
But yeah, like I say, big up to everyone in the chat. Thank you for coming in. I love hearing your thoughts as always, and you make the channel what it is. So I really appreciate everybody that's come in. Tom, as always, thank you for coming on.
Thanks for having me on, and hopefully I might bump it. I'm sitting in the same stand as you tomorrow.
Oh, really? Right.
No, I will come down to the front and come and see you.
Yeah, well, I'm right on the halfway line, a few rows from the front, so you'll see me. So yeah, good to see you as well. So yeah, nice one. But yeah, obviously, fingers crossed, people. Let's hope for a win. Let's have a winning weekend. Come on, we need it. We obviously hope. My message to the fans: I'm not employed by the club, I promise, but obviously we do need to get behind them and obviously create a big noise and just back them no matter what happens, obviously. And it does really help the players, obviously. And let's keep that atmosphere going because it will really be vital. So we've got seven home games to go and 6 away. So these 7 home games could be the defining factor of us staying in the league. So we do need to do our bit from the start. So yeah, obviously that's just my rallying cry from myself. I don't know why, but I just felt obligated to do that. Aiden says, love this live, enjoy the match. Yeah, you too, Aiden. And of course, Aiden, if you do want to come and say hello, you're more than welcome. You have done in the past, so you obviously go and see you there. Thank you to you, Josie, for coming in. I really do appreciate it, and thank you for your kind words. I really enjoyed it too. And Darren Maul is in. I've not seen you in the channel, but big up to you. Like I say, if you haven't already, Darren, hit the subscription button. And I do appreciate you coming in and viewing this for sure. Big up. Josh, thanks for the stream again today. I hope it will be a good game tomorrow. Neil wants Barmy Army up the town. Absolutely, mate. Thank you again for your kind comments for coming in the chat. As always, I appreciate you. And yeah, Blue and White Army, of course. Come on. So, yeah. Obviously, looking forward to the game. Obviously, really nervous. Obviously, I know I'll be nervous in the morning. Obviously, build up to the game because we know what's at stake, And, we can't afford to slip up anymore, really. I mean, obviously, just important now. We need to try and get close to getting out of this because it just doesn't seem to be going down much. But yeah,
But what time does Warnock get to ground? Is it around 1:20?
He gets the ground. I think. I mean, when did I meet? I can't remember when he was. I think if you're around the ground for at least 1:15, I'd say 1:15, and he goes in by the players' entrance. the players'
Right.
entrance next to the club. Yeah, he definitely goes in every time because he turns up in his chauffeur car. It's a black car,
It's
and
quite time.
yeah. So yeah, obviously I have met him, but obviously I want to get a selfie with him at some point. So I don't know if that'll be tomorrow or another day. But
I want to see that photo with him and a few of the players. I think.
Yeah. So yeah, but yeah, obviously fingers crossed for tomorrow. We need 3 points, and hopefully, we do get them, and we can go on to Tuesday, in a better light and with some more confidence. And Darren says he's already subscribed months ago. Oh, thank you very much, Darren. Then fair enough. Big up to you. And yeah. So yeah. And True Gooner, hello there, Josh. I hope you're doing well, mate. Thank you for coming by. I hope you're doing well, mate. And what do you think this? Before we wrap up, I am wrapping up soon, but obviously, Josh, what do you think the score prediction will be tomorrow for Huddersfield? Just let me know. And loving the shirt, yeah, loving the shirt, Ryan. This is the charity shirt, Josh. So we just released this literally a few days ago, and obviously it's going to 4 local charities. Andy's Man Club, Rudy's Retreat, Yorkshire Ambulance, and Town Foundation. Really good really good charities in our local area, of course, and really do help support others. So yeah, this is the charity shirt. We'll be wearing this one against Norwich on the 15th of March. So yeah, obviously we'll be wearing it then. So yeah, I really like it, obviously, with the design, but and Josh has gone for a 1-0 Huddersfield win. Nice one. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Now Arsenal will win the league, he said that. They'll win the league now.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's we do hope Arsenal do win the league, of course. But of course, big up to you, Josh. You're going tomorrow, Joseph. Nice one. So I might say hi. I'll be there for 150, 140-ish. Yeah, depending on which stand you're in, obviously, Joseph, if you're in the Chadwick Lawrence, obviously I am in that stand, so obviously if you are in that stand, obviously come and say hello. But yeah, obviously it'd be good to meet you, obviously, tomorrow, if you're around. Obviously I usually get to the stadium quite early, but and then obviously kind of soak up the atmosphere in the fan zone as well, so obviously I'll be around, so yeah.
Whereabouts is the fan zone? Is it
It's literally near the past the ticket office, and it's just like kind of there really. So yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, obviously, be good to be back at home, obviously tomorrow, and yeah. So thank you all for watching. I don't really know how to end this video, so I do apologize, but I'm kind of waffling on a bit now, but of course, I don't want to forget anything. Oh yeah, so yeah, obviously, please follow me on my social if you haven't already, people. HGFTVA on Instagram and Twitter, obviously. And if you haven't already, please click the notification bell on YouTube on this account. Obviously, you'll get a notification every time I go live. That way, you won't miss an episode. But yeah, Tom, where can people find you if they want to get follow you and obviously see what you're up to?
I would say my Twitter name, but it's too long to say. It's ridiculous. But my Instagram, maiden.tom.
Yeah, so obviously people go and follow Tom on Instagram and yeah, obviously. So yeah, like I was saying earlier though, if you have got any content ideas, let me know in my message. Obviously, message me or comment on this video if you are watching it on playback. And obviously, I want to keep adding new things to the channel, of course, to make it better and better. So yeah. Yeah, Darren's giving me, but yeah, like I say, yeah, thank you all for watching. Thank you, Tom, for coming on. And like I say, fingers crossed for a win this weekend. Let's get behind the lads and let's get close getting out of this situation. Hopefully, the results go our way as well, obviously, but we need to do our job first, of course. So yeah, have a good weekend. Take care. And yeah, thank you for your support. As always, I really appreciate everybody that comes by and shows support. And we'll see you on the next one. Up the town, Neil Warnock's Barnyard. Come on, Newtown.
Stay safe, people that are going to the game tomorrow. Stay safe as well.
Yeah, I echo those thoughts. Good night and take care, everybody.